This YouTube scraper is a great asset for anyone who wants to grow a YouTube channel, and it can be easily sold for a minimum $2,000 to $3,000 a pop. And also, just as an idea, what you can do is you can also create a beautiful wrapper around it, a great user face like this one with several screens, and then make it into a truly enterprise offer, a product that you can sell for up to $10,000. So let's start running it and go through each node, and I'll show you exactly how it works. So I'm going to click on execute workflow, and the first thing we want is to add, because our first node is the form submission where I have up to 10 channels and I only have the first channel as required. You can add more channels, like more fields for more channels, or less. And this is what our form looks like. And as you can see, only the first channel is a requirement. So I found 2 channels that are actually having videos that are not too long, because if we go for videos that are way too long, we're going to wait for a long time for that scraper to go through. So I've got these 2 videos and I'm going to click on submit. As soon as I click on submit, we are going, while it's scraping, I'm going to show you the other nodes. The first node is the code node, which actually grabs these channels and creates a list. Creating a list is really easy for the next node where we want to split them out. And you can either take a screenshot of this code, or you can come and grab the whole template plus all the code, plus all the resources from my AI Business Builders community, and everything lives in the template library. Let's go back. So as you can see, we have created a list, and then what we want to do is split that list, because we want to add a loop over node, so each channel is processed separately. Otherwise, it's going to be too overwhelming for the workflow and it's not going to work. So the split out node is very easy. We just said split it by the channel. So I just wrote channels and that's it. And it's splitting it out. As you can see, we have 2 items. And now it is still scraping. So our next node after the loop over items is an HTTP node. And we're going to use a Apify scraper to scrape all the videos. So the one I'm using is from Streamers. I really like it. It's very reliable. It works really well. And what I've done is I've added filters that I wanted. I've added the date range, in my case is 7 days. And then when I click on the JSON, it's actually giving me the whole JSON that I can just copy and paste in here. And the only other thing that I'm going to add, so this is the JSON that I've got from the scraper, but what we want to add, and this is thanks to Nate Herc, I learned it from him, is to add this little bit here that is start URLs, and then we're going to map the URL and then add the method get. So this is a very important. Then don't forget that the method is post, and you need to add the URL of the scraper, and you'll find it on the right hand side where it says API. You'll click on API endpoints, and then you'll scroll down to where it says run actor synchronously and get dataset items. This is the URL that you need, and this will also give you the API key. As you can see, it says token here, and this will give you the API key as well, so you don't have to add it anywhere here. Don't forget to click on send body. The body content is JSON, and then using JSON. And now we do have our channel scraped. The next thing we want to do is add a filter, and this is, again, you select, for this tutorial just put 1,000, and we want to actually filter those videos with a view count. You don't want to grab videos that have like 50 people that have watched it. I would probably put even something like 10,000 or more that I want. So this is going to be the JSON view count that we are going to map out, and that's a number and it's greater than, and then in here you'll just choose your number. Moving on, from here on, we are going to split out and we're going to first set some fields. And these are the generic fields that I have in my Airtable, which is, let me just move it a little bit, which is the channel URL, the video title, the video URL, thumbnail URL, video ID, view count, likes, number of subscribers. So this is the first bit that we are mapping out. And the reason I have the set node is because it's much easier after that to pass it on to Airtable. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to scrape the script, and we're going to use another scraper, which is from Pinto Studios. It's very, very easy to use it. The JSON URL is extremely easy. All you need to do is grab it, paste it in here, and just map out the JSON URL. Sorry, not the JSON URL, the video URL. And again, we have the send body type, body content JSON. It's exactly the same as the other one, except we're going to add some headers, and our headers are accept, and the value is application and JSON. And we're going to use the post method, and we're going to find our API endpoints, the URL, in the same place as the other scraper. And something that you will see, even if I go into JSON, there's a lot of stuff that I actually don't want from this script, like the start, duration. As you can see, this, I don't want that. I just need the pure script. And for that, I've added this code. Again, it's super simple, and it just gives me a beautiful script that is very clean. And again, you can either screenshot it or you can come and grab it from my AI Business Builders community. And this will move us on to the title analyzer. And for the title analyzer, I'm using just a basic chain because I don't really need anything more than that. And I played with both Anthropic and with Claude and OpenAI, and I found that the Anthropic model is better for the analysis. So you can also check, maybe something else works better for you, but for me, the Anthropic one works better. And this title analyzer basically says, here's the video title, and I want you to analyze. I want you to analyze this title, extract 1 to 3 power words, and actually these requirements are not for here. Sorry, I forgot to remove them. You know, you want to look at the big promise, at the ease of simplicity, relatable challenge or desire, and you know, just a little bit of explanation that these power words should stand out because they create curiosity, offer value, and appeal to the viewer's emotions or goals. And once we have that, we're going to move to the last thing that we're going to analyze, and this is the thumbnail, and we're going to use an OpenAI model. The resource is an image, and the operation is analyze image. And I'm just using 4.0 model. I think that it's plenty. And all I'm mapping out is the thumbnail URL. And what I said in my prompt is, you're an expert in YouTube thumbnail strategy. Your task is to analyze a thumbnail image and identify why, I have no idea why I have these, why it grabs attention and encourages clicks. And I want you to focus on what the viewer immediately sees or feels, the impact, promise, or curiosity the image creates, what makes someone want to learn more or click, and I want it to be concise and keep the answer simple. Again, we've got our result. And then we want to grab all of these things and merge them together so we can work with all this data from now on. And for that, we're using a very simple merge mode. And because I have 4 paths coming in, I have selected 4 inputs and I want to combine them by position. Don't use matching fields or anything. The position is what you want. And generally, because it goes from top to bottom, and that's how I have added them into the input, because the first path that will go is the set fields, and that goes into input 1, then the second, the third, and the fourth. From here on, I want to add all these things that I have already done into my Airtable, and I literally have a create a record node, and I am mapping out everything. So everything that you see in here is mapped out through that node. And from here on, I am using another basic chain. I did use the AI agent at first, but I really think that it's an overkill because I'm not using any tools. I'm not using memory. Like the only thing I'm using is an output parser. So I thought this is much easier, much more straightforward. And what I said is, here are the things that I want you to look at. So this is the original title, the original script, the title analysis, and the thumbnail analysis. And as you can see, everything is really easy to map out. And this is my user prompt. Don't forget to click on to toggle on the require specific output format. Otherwise, you won't be able to add the output parser. And then the system prompt is also very simple. I say you're a top tier YouTube strategist and content ideation expert. You help YouTube creators generate high performing video ideas based on proven title patterns, power words, and thumbnail style in their niche. And then I say, here's what you're going to be supplied with: the script, the title, summary of the thumbnail analysis, and the title analysis. And the task is to create a new compelling title, a new thumbnail concept description, and a script outline for the video. And then I'm giving it some rules. Ensure that each title and thumbnail work together to trigger curiosity. Use language and visuals that would grab attention and spark curiosity. And titles should be optimized for clicks while being authentic. And thumbnails should be described in terms of what's visually shown and why it works. Again, I've got my whole output. As you can see, the new title, thumbnail concept, and script outline. And how I get this is through the output parser, and I have literally given it a little JSON file, which is just the new title, thumbnail concept, and script outline. That's it. Super easy. Once I get that, now I'm going to update my Airtable record, and the only thing I am adding are the things that I just got. So if you leave all the fields, so if you look in here, these are the first fields that we added. So we added all these basic things that we got from the scraper. If you leave them, and I found this through trial and error, if you leave those fields and you have them blank because you don't need to add these things again, they will disappear after you add the new stuff. So literally you need to delete all the fields that have already been mapped into the newly created record. And then the only things you need to leave are the new video title, the new thumbnail idea, and the video script outline. That's all, because then it will just add them to the same record. Otherwise, it will just add these things and then wipe out everything else. The next thing we are doing is we are creating a card in Trello. I like using Trello for video creation because a lot of people are using it. I have this board that just goes through the ideas, research, scripting, filming, editing, captions. And by the way, if you join the AI Business Builders, you will get the Trello board and this database in Airtable as well. And what we have in our cards is we have the name, so this is the title, then we have the thumbnail concept and the script outline. And how we map this out is if I open the create a card Trello account, you will see, so I'm mapping out in the name, I'm mapping out the title, and then underneath in the description, I'm adding the thumbnail concept and the script outline. This is all you need to do. And from here on, we're going back into the loop over items. Once it's done, something I found, I wanted to just send myself or the user a message, and that could be an email, that could be a Slack, whatever that is. And if I just send an email, it will send an email for each video. So if you're processing, say, 10 videos, it will send you 10 emails. And then I try a whole lot of other things. I tried merge, I tried edit, I tried this and that, and it wasn't working. So I had to use a code node. And the code again is very, very easy. It just grabs all the items and lists the titles. Again, you can take a screenshot if you want to. And the last note, as I said, in this instance, I'm sending an email. And all I am doing is I said, hey, Monica, you have new video ideas. And I'm mapping out all these ideas and they're coming out here. And then I said, go and check them out in your Trello board. And I'm just adding the link to the Trello board. So when I receive the email, I am getting the new video ideas. As you can see, these are the 2 new ideas. And then I can click on the link and go straight to my Trello board. So it's great product that can be sold for, as I said, $2,000 or $3,000 as it is. Or this is something that I'm working on at the moment. Like clients don't need to see this at all. Clients will be working with this visual representation of your workflow. And I am, so instead, let me show you how it works. Instead of having a form here, you will add a webhook here. And here after the last node, you will add a respond to webhook node. And they will be attached to this screen. You will also add your Trello and your Airtable. You will also add them to one of those fields. So for example, this one will be linked to the webhook because it's grabbing the channels from here. Then it will show you, how it's processing, analyzing, doing all the stuff that you need to do. Then it will show you the results. And you can pull this from the Airtable. It's really easy to pull all this from the Airtable rather than the workflow. Then you can see all the analysis. Again, you can pull that through the Airtable. And then in here, you connect your Trello in here. So if you want to edit something, you can edit it and then it will change it directly in Trello as well. And the last thing you can do to make it a truly enterprise product is maybe add a voice agent so you can actually chat about everything that is happening. Like you can talk about the strategy, you can talk about the titles, you can talk about the script and all that. And the more you teach it, the better it will get. But as I said, I'm still working on that. This is not available yet. But once the whole system is available, it will be available to everyone in my community with all the lovable prompts, so it can be recreated by any one of you guys.